Hey everybody, welcome back to another week of the CNL. This is going to be, I think, my 5th time trying to record this after I noticed some graphical errors and I just funked it a little bit. But this is going to be week number 7. We're going to be using our new draft for the first time, which is exciting, and we're going to be going up against the Vegas Volcano, coached by Eventualcoma. You can see his logo down in the bottom right. So, looking at his team actually matches up pretty well against mine, particularly Talonflame and the Murkrow. Gliscor to a degree as well, if it wants to run an offensive variant. But we have Tapu Fini, which is a Z captain. Interesting choice for a Z crystal holder, in my opinion. Z Haze works, but I guess you can run Twinkle Tackle, which is really strong, boosted in misty terrain. It is typically seen as more of a defensive Pokemon though, so I guess Z Haze would help. We have the Gliscor, it's probably Gliscor. Gliscor, it can be, it's a nice wall as well, even though it has 4 times weakness to ice. But as you saw last week, it can also be a dual dance variant, which I got swept by. Not salty. We have the Kyurem, it's a nice dragon. It's 25% weak to rocks, which kind of hinders it a little bit, but it's got a really nice special attack set and speed stat, allowing it to be like Choice Scarf, Choice Specs. I'm expecting that to come along to potentially try to deal with the Zygarde. We have the Galvantula, Sticky Web support. It's a fast electric type, which is really nice on a lot of different teams. Gets access to Volt Switch for momentum, can be Specs, can be Scarf. Compound Ice Thunder hurts things. But yeah, Talonflame. Talonflame is probably the most threatening Pokemon that he has to my team. Brave Bird spam is very free. The only real resist I have is my Rotom Spook. Unfortunately, so it means that we'll just be able to completely and utterly nuke me with Brave Bird, and not even Rotom won't be able to take a Flare Blitz after a Brave Bird, unfortunately. So I guess Seismitoad could potentially 1v1 it, but yeah. He has Murkrow, nice supportive Pokemon. It's got a lot of great utility options in terms of like Taunt and Willow. I think it gets Will-O-Wisp. I'm not sure. Haze, Taunt, gets Defog now with Prankster. Roost allows it to have some longevity, but yeah. Megalopony, of course, normal fighting means that it's unresisted in terms of its dual stabs. Yeah, not really much else to say about it. We have Jirachi, of course, Steel and Psychic type. It is the most annoying Pokemon in the world to deal with. But yeah, we have Tentacruel. Tentacruel is it's a nice spinner. I don't think I'm going to see it this week due to the fact that Zygarde is just a commanding offensive presence against him. Like, he only really has Ludicolo to be able to 1v1 it, okay. Ludicolo outside of rain is a little weird, though. But yeah, and he has Pikachu as well. Holding a light ball, it can be just really threatening. So now that I have discussed his team, I'm going to go through mine, starting off with a relatively standard, physically defensive Wish Pass and Sylveon. Wish, Baton Pass, Heal Bell, Hyper Voice. It has, it's more of a supportive set. It is set up fodder for a lot of different things on his team. Tapu Fini is still his captain. I accidentally took that away. I'm sorry. But yeah, Lefty, Sylveon, Wish, Baton Pass, Heal Bell, Hyper Voice. Heal Bell is to get rid of any potential status that can be kind of spread around the team. But yeah, that's mainly just Sylveon. We have a substitute Dragonette. Zygarde is my main win condition this week. Dragonette substitute, 1000 arrows and extreme speed, with enough, I think, speed to be able to outspeed everything he has. I have got relatively strange EVs this week. I don't remember why I ran the HP I ran. Maybe it was to get myself out of range of a defensive Tapu Fini Scold in a substitute. But yeah, I have Figgy Berry, of course, to keep it alive longer. I will be able to set up on a lot of different things. I think the only real thing that I can't set up on is the Curum. That and maybe Jirachi, I'm not sure. But we have Infernape as well, Choice Bandit variant this week. Gunk Shot, Fire Punch, U-Turn, Mach Punch. Fire Punch over Flare Blitz because I didn't want to take any recoil, and Fire Punch will kill most Jirachi sets anyway. It's just max attack, max speed Jolly to outspeed Timid Galvantula or speed tie with it. They do have the same speed tier. It's just this thing really puts in a lot of work. I have Gunk Shot for the Tapu Fini, and I have the U-turn just for pivoting options. Next is going to be Seismitoad. It is my main physical wall this week. This is just basic Talonflame counter. Stealth Rock, Scald, Ice Punch knockoff. Ice Punch is of course for the Ice Score. We have knockoff to be able to get rid of items. Stealth Rocks, again, it's for the Fini. Excuse me, not the Fini, the Talonflame. The only real kind of ways to get rid of them are Fini, Gliscor, and the Murkrow, but I don't think Murkrow's going to come along this week. Knockoff, just to get rid of items, and to not get one by Jirachi. So, moving on to the next Pokemon is going to be Tornadus. It is my especially offensive Pokemon this week. Defog, Hurricane, Heatwave, U-turn. I had to bring Pranks to Defogger in case Webs came along, which are very likely considering my team's kind of quick, but it is very scary with Megalopony and something like Jirachi looming. But yeah, Defog, Hurricane, Heatwave, U-turn. Hurricane just hits his team pretty hard. The only real resist he has is the Jirachi. Galvantula doesn't count because it's part bug. So yeah, that's Tornadus. Heatwave I think I put on for the Jirachi itself. Expert Belt is just to give it like an extra amount of damage. And last but not least is going to be a Bulk Up Scrafty this week. This is basically a variant to be able to 1v1 the Tapu Fini. Bulk Up, Knock Off, Drain Punch, Poison Jab. Bulk Up will have the attack investment I have, a +1, is enough to be able to 2-hit KO a physically defensive Fini with a Poison Jab. With the Roselli Berry, I will be able to live a Goo Blast from a defensive variant of Tapu Fini. I have enough speed to be able to outspeed it as well if I need, because like if I'm able to get a Bulk Up off predicting a switch, then I can get a nice big Poison Jab off on the Tapu Fini, potentially 2 KO it if it ends up coming in. But yeah, that's going to be the team for this week, and I shall see you with the battle. Alright guys, this is going to be the game. So as you can see, he did bring a lot of what I expected. Did expect Fini, Gliscor, Lopunny, Talonflame, Jirachi. Galvantula over Kyurem was a little bit iffy, but it's not that bad. It means that Zygarde can potentially set up on a lot more different things. Yeah, like I'm expecting something like lead Gliscor or lead Jirachi, maybe even lead Talonflame to be able to get a big hit off on my team. So I am going to immediately lead off with my Seismitoad here. And I'm going to switch into my Infernape here, and the reason I did this was to predicting an Energy Ball from the Jirachi. I thought that the Jirachi would have some kind of grass coverage to be able to 1v1 my Seismitoad. If he went for rocks, that would be even better, but he does go unfortunately for the Body Slam, and of course he does get the Para, so he is the Para flinching set. Unfortunately it is going to do exactly 31%, which means I can't stay anymore. I'm going to go into my Scrafty. He does go for an Iron Head. It is unfortunately a 3-hit KO. He is going to go for a Body Slam, and I am going to get my Bulk Up off luckily enough. So here he's going to go for another Iron Head, and I flinch. And so I've basically got to pray that I don't get a flinch in one of these next 2 turns here, so I can get a big hit off of my Scrafty, and I don't get flinched on the 3rd turn. I am able to get a knockoff off on this Jirachi, but he is going to unfortunately go for a U-turn and switch out. So here he's going to go into his Tapu Fini, and I am going to go into my Sylveon. I want to be able to get the paralysis off my Infernape to be able to like give it a lot more utilization during the rest of the game. So here I am just going to go for the slow baton pass into my Infernape, and I am going to go for a Gunk Shot on this Calm Minding Tapu Fini. And this is basically the part where I lose the game, because I go for a Gunk Shot and I miss. And that really sucks, because that basically means that the Tapu Fini will be able to just kill the rest of my team because it's a +2. Scald goes off on the Seismitoad. Now, with the... I had a feeling that he was max HP, max special attack. I think that was the set. I'm not entirely sure. Coma, if you're watching this, can you please tell me in the comments? But he is just going to be able to kill everything on my team. I'm going to go for a wish here with my Sylveon. In hindsight, it probably should have hit Hyper Voice. But he's just going to be able to go for a Moonblast and kill me off. With the Zygarde damage here, however, he does go for the Ice Beam and take out my Zygarde. But with the Zygarde damage here, judging by the Zygarde damage, I would have been able to guaranteed kill the Tapu Fini with a Gunk Shot had I been able to land it. And even, well, it was a roll to kill, but even if it didn't kill, I would have been able to switch into my Zygarde and go for 1,000 arrows here. Even though I think it was it Lefties Fini? I'm not sure. Let me have a look. Yeah, it was Leftovers Fini. So, 1,000 arrows probably would have been able to kill. But yeah, it's really unfortunate that I end up losing to Hax this week. He's just going to Ice Beam my next two mons. And just to rub it in, I do miss the Hurricane on my Tornadus. So that is unfortunately going to be a 6-0 loss for the Remoraids. It's rather embarrassing. It's like the hacks on the Scrafty did not matter at all. I just wanted to, if I were able to get my Infernape in for free on the Jirachi, then I probably would have been able to hit Fire Punch and knock it out, as a Banded Fire Punch would have been able to kill. However, that did grant a free switch into the Tapu Fini, at which point I would have gone into my Sylveon and got the Slow Baton Pass off, and then just gone for a Gunk Shot on the Infernape to be able to ensure that I would be able to 1v1 the Tapu Fini, or I would let my Sylveon go down to get some chip on the Tapu Fini, to the point where Gunk Shot would have been able to guaranteed kill it. But yeah, it's really unfortunate to be able to lose to this kind of hacks. But it's Pokemon, it's the game we play. Hopefully next week goes a little bit better. We're going to be going up against the Munching Munchlax, coached by Record Man. And yeah, that is going to be it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next week. Bye.